Hello, I haven't posted that we're live on other platforms yet, but I have to get this up. Otherwise, we're gonna miss Ascension. Hello, Gambo. Hello, Myro. If I missed saying hello to you, please say hi in chat and I'll say hello. Thank you. It's from, my favorite band.
For now, Eduardo,
Jack's Mannequin.
Have a great time.
All right. I don't have great feelings about this. I'm really trying to still remain like optimistic and genuine. I literally feel like someone's like breaking all my bones. Sorry, I have to make my little TikTok thing. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Eli. I'm here to let you know that we are live. We are playing Silent Hill Ascension, so come hang out. What? Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm unfortunately retweeting a lot of Doom posting. Well, I'm trying not to
I gave up coffee when I was pregnant. I never went back. I understand.
I would like to be in this game. Teeth Gets hello. I'm happy you made it too. And Ghostface Leatherface, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the Hex Gang, my dear. My name is Eli, and I'll be your guide through all things retro and horrific. We're watching Silent Hill Ascension.
So we'll have answers soon enough. Many I spoke to had strong feelings about your wife.
She's not even buried.
Why can't I full screen this? Are you kidding me?
She had her defenders. Most
okay, I'll live with it, but like that's like all the way.
It's safe to say most in this town would celebrate one less Johansson.
Damn.
I could barely even find someone to do the autopsy.
Why does everyone hate her family?
And you, detective. Are you glad to see one less Johansson?
I loved her, detective. I shouldn't have to prove that to you.
I guess I'll take your word for it. For now, anyway.
He's pretty unscathed, considering he... Go away. Thank you. Considering he, like, literally went through the other world.
I'll walk you out.
Your father's memory may be hazy, but mine's not. I know what kind of person Ingrid was. If there's something you're hiding, either of you, you need to tell me. We'll find out either
Sorry,
way.
I'm posting my going live stuff because I was late. I'm also just like mad. I don't like the answers people are doing. Hello, Christian. I know, I wasn't supposed to stream today. I misvoted on this one though. I wasn't supposed to stream today, but Ascension's every day, so I guess we're doing it every day. So she has kids. Someone, I don't know what you guys think of the monsters, because I actually really like the monsters. I tried to play Don't Scream yesterday. I literally couldn't. I tried so many different microphone settings, but if I like moved my mic or if I literally used my keyboard, it would instantly kill me.
What it's worth, I think you were right to send him that prayer. Maybe
yeah, I mean, a lot of people aren't really excited for this, unfortunately.
Problems than Toby.
Joy's death? You never did tell me what happened.
Joy died during a ceremony.
Again.
Me and then
okay, good.
We weren't alone.
I wanted to tell him the truth.
Something right out of Radcliffe's writings.
Oh my god.
But you can't tell anyone. Xavier needs this to stay quiet until we can figure out what really happened. Understand?
I like the monsters. Not Pyro11, hello. I don't even usually have chat up. Is it screwed up because it's not...
Rach.
My UI, I thought it was only my UI that was messed up.
What?
Go get Faith. I'll pack.
You're gonna try to run away from a monster that transcends, like...
Eric, I know
world.
this brings up bad memories for you, but we're not safe
Oh,
here.
did they disable it because people were breaking the sensor?
I guess we could lie and say it's a sleepover. At least
Skeletal, it could be the best
Xavier
if it was a
doesn't approve
game.
keeping the truth from children. We
Thank
can
you,
tell them
T-Scuts. I'm
story
happy you
from
agree with
scripture.
me.
Xavier keeps copies in his library.
I'm good, NPC. How are you?
Some of those stories are pretty scary, Rach.
Eric, you're not helping. Look, we don't have time to debate this.
Amen,
I just need you and Faith
Lane.
to do
That was
exactly what I
iconic.
say. It'll be better for everyone.
Hi, Myra. Welcome
I
back.
don't know if she'll listen. She's been acting out again.
Eric, go!
Yeah, okay.
What will Rachel tell her frightened daughter? This is hard. These are both the same answer. Foundation story or to obey. Both the same thing. But I think we would tell her a foundation story. I'm just going with, like, the Catholic in me.
Bullshit.
You couldn't even answer your fucking phone.
Who did you dress up as?
You never cared about me. That's
You
why I
can
joined
vote
you.
if you download the app.
Find a real family.
This isn't happening.
Then open your eyes.
Oh God! Joy! No!
No way they just dumped her body there.
This isn't real. Get your shit together, Toby.
I feel like the character thing, like if I was playing this game, he would probably attack the Foundation.
You're just gonna stand there? After what they
Demand answers is like the second best option.
Rachel did this?
It's not letting you
First she
vote?
screwed you over. Destroyed your life.
Yeah, Skeletal, which is the other
Mine.
bummer for me.
She needs to answer for what she's
I
done.
originally wasn't even gonna vote because,
You deserve the truth.
Rachel, the Foundation, they won't say a goddamn thing. I warned you about them, Joy.
there's no reason to, like, have this sour your opinion on Silent Hill or, like, make you,
Even if you had it, who would believe you? Or
make you question the other games.
the town.
It's completely different people working on the project. It's a completely different direction. It's a completely different type of thing.
Burn it down. All of it.
I can't. They'd kill me. Joy, please.
Give Ranger a kiss for me.
Joy?
Sorry, I'm just gonna refresh the page because I am hoping that fixes the UI. It didn't. It didn't fix the UI, so I'm sorry. I guess I'll put myself right here. God, I want to be in this game so bad. How is Papa Talk doing 2 cameos? Oh God, it's quick time event, everybody. It's quick time event. Why can't I die in this game? Come on, man. We don't know a whole lot about... Come on, community, let's all do well on this. We don't know a lot about what's happening in the story. It essentially started, his sister was killed during a ritual, and because she joined a cult called the Foundation, and he didn't want her to join the Foundation. She was killed during a ritual because of that girl, Rachel. I think her name's Rachel. And Rachel's like freaked out because she saw like the monsters that like are only hinted about, essentially. So she's like questioning her faith now. Oh, did I just fail something? Got a little bug. And then also there's a side story about like this guy and his sick wife. And she died, and it might have been because of him. Okay, these monsters are stupid. I'm sorry. I was on board with all the monsters until these. I do like that he's just kicking them. That's kind of iconic. I don't like that good is putting me in the red. That feels a little unbalanced. Like, I think that monster's super cool. I hate. I'm gray is enough for me. I also think these monsters are super cool. But again, I feel kind of unmotivated to do anything with these QuickTime events because it doesn't matter how well I do. Like, if a bunch of people are just sitting there not doing the QuickTime events, then it doesn't really matter what I do. Like, these characters aren't super inspired, but they're so cool.
I have to find a way out.
This also feels more akin to Saw. Ooh. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to simultaneously read chat. I feel bad for like ignoring you guys. I feel like you guys are sharing some heart-to-heart stuff. I love these dogs. Again, how is it possible that I'm hitting all goods and just getting, like, I'm still in the red? I mean, I literally didn't get a bad skill check once, but didn't matter anyway. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if I did good. I would have failed anyway. Hi, get your grandma out of here. Me too, Skeletal. Oh, that's it. I don't know. It's not supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be like a streaming community event. Red Wolf, that's literally what it feels like. I just got on. This was only 15 minutes. I didn't expect it to only be 15 minutes. I don't know. Again, like, if you're gonna... So, they have every single scene coded. So, like, we can see all the outcomes whenever they decide to release that. So, like, part of me is like, why not go the extra step and make it a game?
Hi, everybody. I hope you had a great time with the show. Welcome back. I'm Eduardo, joined here by the one and only Jacob. Jacob, actually, if you could introduce yourself to our lovely audience.
Well, they saw me.
Silent Hill 1.
Welcome the CEO here at Genvit.
Nothing better than starting with the first.
With our community, our audience. So,
I'm curious what they have to say.
One of those topics, Jacob, was that there was a lot of talk about the chat system last night and chat in general. So what changes did we make today?
Yeah, because you guys allowed slurs.
Yesterday was that it was way overloaded. As most of our systems were, in fact, as our system was just a few seconds
I'm
ago,
trying to see what Genvid has
get some
worked on.
file names up. We often see these giant spikes when we're live, and we have to see basically the failure points when we're live. I think a couple more days and we'll be able to crush out most of those bugs. But the chat bug in specific was that we have a
Nothing that I
24/7
recommend or
moderation team
recognize.
in multiple languages, and they were moderating every problematic
So
post.
again, hi F and nobody. This, I don't know if this is fully true,
Moderation side, and we
but
had for
like
10 minutes, which is really
slurs were getting through, but you couldn't say the word scam.
So
Yeah, I
what
can.
we discussed today was we're gonna up until we can figure out how we handle that moderation queue. We're gonna limit the chat to stickers, and hopefully I can get the emojis in there too. But we weren't able to get that in for today. We should get that in for tomorrow, and at least we'll be able to return chat back to the.
Let's see. I'm
boxes
trying to see
so you guys
anything.
see the full screen on it. Once we're back there, we're gonna.
The other thing is they turned off reviews
issues with removing posts
for
and users. But we have this
the App
entire
Store
filtering system, and the
Yeah,
filtering
you
system
can't say, you couldn't say
breaking in
Hideo
really weird
Kojima.
ways. So like
The Kojima
words that
emote.
I put into the block list myself, or I confirmed myself that we're in the block list. We're still going through, and words that we didn't put in the block
Bone
list.
Juice, thanks so
were
much for subscribing.
Not going through, which is very confusing. But when you start to use some of these AI filtering systems, you run into trouble.
Blame
I
it
think
on
we've seen
AI.
historically that those AI filtering systems don't always do well. So
Andrew
we're
the
gonna
Wolf,
probably move a lot of that
1921,
more
thanks so
to
much
a
for the follow.
standard
Welcome to Hex Game, my
blacklist.
dear. My name is
Probably
Eli.
the
I'll be your
standard
guide through
blacklist
all
for a
things
reason
retro and
we
horrific.
went with the AI filtering system was that you could write a bad word and then put a space between it or multiple spaces between it, and the point of the AI filter was supposed to prevent that.
Yeah, it
from
wasn't a
happening.
bad word. People were
And
saying
clearly didn't.
slurs.
So it's not an easy problem to solve. We are going to keep working at it, as I said.
Myro being like,
tonight's
let me
off,
fix
but
this. I
hopefully
can
back
fix
from
it.
Tomorrow. If anything, it being off tonight, I
Coke-
think changed people's
Kojima,
experience, and
did you just
they
come up with
understood
that?
why everything is much more
Because that's
fun
what we should be
with
saying in the
and
chat.
seeing
Just
that
kidding. I
community
don't want to
experience, and
harass
that's
people.
exactly what I wanted from the original design. Was
Calvaire, I
make
think
it
they
feel
will be,
like Twitch, make it
sadly.
feel like a lot
Yeah,
of
if you
the
play Silent Hill
Asian
3
streaming
without playing
platforms
one,
that I spend a lot of
you'd
time watching.
ruin it.
But
Thank you,
moderation
Cage.
is
I'm
hard,
sorry,
it's not
when I have
easy, we're not gonna
multi-stream
get
up,
it right
I
the
can't
first time, we're
see
definitely not gonna get
stuff
it
that
right the
people
second
have
time.
redeemed their
There's a
points
reason that
for.
this
I
experience
just
is gonna
realized
go on
that.
for like 8 months, which is it's going to give us the time that we need to tune and make things perfect and improve them.
Did he say this is going to go on for 8
Thank you
months?
so
Am
much
I
for addressing
insane?
That and one of the other big topics you wanted to address, and what we got a lot of feedback on was monetization. So the question here is, if you could describe to the audience the intent behind the way Silent Hill Ascension is monetized,
Oh, okay.
the feedback we received, and how we're planning to address that feedback.
So we're listening to everything and we're reading every article.
I am.
mean, the
I'm actually
community,
on this call.
Feedback is very well heard. It's the
Not
reason that we
great.
adjusted the chat tonight. Let me start
Not
with the
great.
intent behind
I'm
the
actually, like,
monetization scheme. First
sad.
of all, as you saw yesterday, a lot
Like,
of the
that
team is
sounds really
ex-Telltale,
stupid, but I'm
right?
actually,
So,
like, sad about
the
this.
team is very focused on storytelling and creating cinematics and animations. And you saw another about 10 minutes of cinematics tonight. We have that every night. We have that every night for the whole first part of the
Why
the
didn't you
season,
just
and then
make a
we're gonna be
game?
doing our pseudo new game plus, the what if to unlock the other branches later, so you'll be able to see the rest of the content. But
Why
that's
didn't you
like
just make it a game?
16 to 20 hours of cinematics. It's like 8 to 10 full Silent Hill movies worth of content. That's a lot of cinematics to do. So that's what we've been working on. That's multiple Telltale games worth of cinematics that we're going to be releasing, and the team that's working on that is doing God's work. Right? So
Don't
as a
besmirch
company, our
Telltale
focus
like
is
that.
to
That's a
create
little...
great cinematics and then make sure that
It's
that's
not a
as
Telltale
widely
game because
accessible
I
as
can't
possible.
play it.
So
I
the
can't make my own
atmosphere, the
decisions. It doesn't
cinematics are
matter
not
how well I do or
locked
what I
behind any
choose.
paywalls, that as many people can access it as possible. And you saw a PlayStation blog today where they're going to be announcing a 24-hour exclusivity window on the full episodes that the community is designing. I can talk more about that in a moment, but we're going to be releasing it on PlayStation. We're about to release or announce another major
There
streaming
is. It's
platform
supposed
that's
to
gonna be
come
covering
out,
those
I think,
episodes as
in a...
well. And so the
I
goal is
assume
to
they'll
get
start doing the
tens of
marketing for it in a
millions of
few
people to
months.
be watching this
6 full
content
games of
for
chase
free.
scenes, literally.
Letting people remix it and put it on TikTok, on YouTube, etc. You can't go and co-stream a Netflix series. They'll give you a takedown notice, right? They make their money off of those subscriptions. That's not what we're trying to do here. Again, the intent from everything was make the things that you can watch as free as possible. That's never been done in this industry. It's incredibly kind of generous and strange. And so what we wanted to think about,
Yeah,
because it came to
in
monetization
theory,
much later, it was the afterthought of how we were working on it, was what was the most innocuous,
in theory, I agree with
easy to
him,
do
right?
monetization scheme that wouldn't allow, or wouldn't prevent us from
I
making
spent
streams
money on
really accessible,
this.
for making
In
the
good
decisions
faith, I spent
really
money on
accessible. The
this.
first thing
That's
that came
on
to
me.
mind was
But, like-
cosmetics, right? The chat is fun. I think people missed that chat tonight. And so all of the stickers, we've created hundreds of those.
Exactly,
hundreds of
Kuja.
stickers and emojis that are going to be unlocked. And the season pass has got like 50, but in the free rewards that you get just by generating points each day, there is way more emojis and stickers. People haven't seen this. They haven't unlocked it yet.
I
There are
care
a massive number of free rewards that you're going to get to make your
about
chat personalized,
rewards
make your avatar personalized
in a
and
game that I
everything else, and again, your
can't
avatar is
actually
the way in which you
play
represent yourself in the chat. So again, all of that is completely
and that I
free.
can't use anywhere else.
And the intent behind the point system was you're going to be able to generate a significant number of influence points each day. The problem that we're running into,
He does
right
sound
now
very
is
defensive.
the way in which you generate influence points is by watching video, and we're at 6 videos as of today. You've got the 3 from yesterday, you've got the 3 scenes from today. But
Yeah,
what's gonna happen
but
really
it's less
quickly,
than
and
an
some
hour
people
of
don't understand
content.
the economy yet, is we're going to get into the hundreds of videos. And so you're going to have a massive amount of points. You're going to have tens of thousands into the hundreds of thousands of points that you're just getting free by clicking on a video. You can click out of it after 1 second, you'll still generate those points. And so the economy is scaled to massive free inflation. And you're not seeing that yet because we're in day 1.
We're in day
the other
2,
places
actually.
You're going to be able to generate influence
Hi, Nicholas.
points are through the goals. Just log in each day.
I
solve a
know.
puzzle each day.
I
Those are changing
was
every
in
day.
Spain
But
for
those are
almost
gonna
3 weeks.
generate
Leon,
hundreds of
hello,
points
my
for
love. How are
each day.
you?
Plus, the puzzles
100
themselves.
chase
So there are
scenes
2
in this
free puzzles
economy?
every single day. And one of the changes that we made today that's going to be reflected, again, based off of community feedback in the next couple of days,
Hello, Eudora.
is the entire back catalog of the puzzles is going to be available.
Okay,
They were
that's
meant to be a
smart.
bonus for the season pass and something fun for the season pass, but we're going to make the back catalog available. So that means
I have a
that
feeling
when a
people
puzzle
aren't buying the
is in a
season
free
pass
location,
because I bought it in
you can
good
do the
faith.
entire back catalog.
I hiked
There
over
are 2
130
levels of
miles. It was
puzzles.
great.
As of today, there'll be 3 levels of puzzles for the ones that are available as of tonight into
I haven't really
tomorrow.
showed you guys the puzzles,
And
but they're pretty
that stacks.
basic.
So again, a couple of days from now, you're going to have between the puzzles that are available,
Yeah, it was so wonderful.
tens
Leon, I
of
missed you.
levels, all of which will earn you hundreds of points. And so
Thank
again, like,
you.
our
This
fear
Friday, I'm
is very
amped.
different, mostly because we understand.
Thank you,
how the roadmap
Radwolf,
is
for
going,
separating with
of,
me.
like, we're gonna have so many points
The thing is,
available that it's gonna
no
lead to a
disrespect to
very big
Jacob, I know this is a
economic
very
inflation.
daunting project,
All
and I
that
do have a
free-
respect for
all
everyone
those
who's
free
worked on
influence
this.
points,
But
it's very starved
why
for
are
the
you
first day or
telling
2
me
because
this
of the way in
now?
which
Why
the
wouldn't
content
you
unlocks.
provide
And
this
so,
insight
in a
before this
couple
came
weeks,
out?
When you've got thousands of points unlocking, you're going to be looking back at the days in which you were talking about the influence packs, which are really tiny things, and laughing. And that gets to the point about using those points to sway decisions. Like, well, if somebody buys millions of points and sways a decision, you can look at the leaderboards right now. You're going to see that the top, bids on most of these things are in the 6,000 to 7,000, 10,000 point range. Nobody's buying millions of points. That wasn't the intent behind the design. You can't even get to that easily. Like, you'd have to sit there and spam the purchase. The reason we put tiny packs is, like, if my goal was to make people buy 1 million
Me
points,
too. It
would
wouldn't
have had a $1
surprise
million
me
point
if
pack. It's super easy for them to do that. That's
there's an
not the way
announcement
that
at
it's
some
designed
point
whatsoever.
during
It's
the next
designed
few
to
weeks of
mostly
this.
be there if you were
Candy
busy
Quartz,
that
welcome
week
in.
and you
I'm
didn't
happy
have
you're
the
here.
time
Yeah,
to
this is a
log
short
in,
and sweet
you can
stream.
quickly catch up, and it's an experiment, and we will adjust these numbers and we will change them. But I think it would be unfair to people to force them to go
Well, this is
spend
not a game,
tens
and I
of
don't think
hours
it's
in
fair
thing
to approach
have
this as a
the
game.
points they need. And so the audience who just wanna
This
be
is
there
a
for
completely
free
unique
should just be there
little
for
thing.
free, and the people who
The
don't
new
have
store
time or
opens on
busy, just
Friday.
like
It's been a lot of
any,
work. I'm excited
service
to open.
product, have the ability to purchase things. It's
Yeah, I'd love to catch
very
up,
free
Theon.
and simple and like easily accessible. So it was very surprising to us because, again, it's innocuous. It's designed mostly to help people earn reward loops. You're not going to be able to change an entire decision with 20,000 points when the decisions are like 37 million on one thing and 15 million on another and 10 million on another. It's not the way it was designed. It's just not. And again, you can see that very clearly in the leaderboards. When you start to see people with leaderboard rankings,
He is so upset. I get that he's just trying to make his point across, and they've been torn into.
They're not doing
but
purchases. And if they do, we will rate limit them.
Thank you,
on the
NPC.
purchases. We're not going to permit it. That wasn't the goal of the product. Right?
And
The
I do
goal of
believe
the
him.
goal of the monetization system was make things as freely accessible as possible for a massive show.
Thank you very much for those explanations. And for sure, you know, in Silent Hill Ascension, community is part of the product. And the references you mentioned right here, Jacob, a lot of those elements like you know, Twitch and talking about the community affecting things, how
You
it's
were
not
dragging
one
him.
person kind of
Myro, I
swaying the
agree.
decision, it's a lot of people. When you see those leaderboards, that's true, right? It's massive amounts of points, but the leader, not so much relatively. So now, community is everything. And the feedback is shaping the experience. Like, we're talking to you after very little, fundamentally not so much time has passed. So how do we actually look at that feedback, and how?
Why did I just? I wish, you know, the tutorial. I wish what they did is release 2 portions of the tutorial, one with the quick time events and one with the
We're taking
decisions.
it all in. As I said, we're making a change to puzzles today. We're making a change to chat today. We're going to continue to adjust and tweak.
Well, there's been
all of the points
6.
that we're
There's been
generating,
6
so we'll
mini
start to generate
episodes,
more
so you
points
can
for
catch
free.
up on who the
It's gonna
characters
involve
are.
in the goals and the other systems. We have an entire plan and roadmap on how to do that. So we're taking it all in. My request back to the fan base is, we're taking your feedback. We will make those adjustments. Please don't assume like cynicism on our part. The people who have been working on this project, including you, Eduardo, have been working on this for years, right? It's a lot of ex-Telltale people. It's a lot of people who worked in animation.
So it is
Pixar
people who worked in
studios, these people
Telltale.
spent years of their life to create a television show that they're incredibly proud of.
Yeah. So
And again, if
Hi,
I wanted to
Mimes.
just make money, I would have sold a $60 package disc.
yeah, I mean,
Or I would have
it
done $1 million
threw me.
IP.
The
It's not
trick
the
time,
goal. The
quick time
goal is to
events
do
threw
as
me
much free
out.
as possible and learn from it and improve our other products. We're still a very young company. We are still learning.
I
Most of the
think
people who
that-
worked on this project were only
Yeah.
doing DLC projects before, like fixed price package. We don't have deep experience.
I
in
don't know if
monetization.
there
We are
was
not
any
creative yet.
hype.
We admit this. We will improve and
Their
fix it.
communication
But
was
again,
very
like,
odd.
The idea that we're here to scam or be
Like,
scummy is just absurd.
I
There's
went into this not knowing a
single
lot, which was
conversation
partially
ever,
what I wanted to
ever
do,
inside the
but
company
it's
where
also
how can we do
the-
as much as possible as grab money from people. Never. You can search our
It's
entire
also like
Slack
there wasn't a
record,
lot of
search
information.
all
Like,
of
I
our
was
different
surprised.
conversations. You can prove to that yourself,
I
Eduardo.
didn't
We
feel like
never
there
did
was
that.
a lot of
It's
concise
never been a
marketing.
discussion with any of our partners, right? The discussion always came back to,
Yeah, I miss
how do
Telltale a
we
lot.
make this as freely accessible and easy to do as possible. We'll continue to take in that feedback and make more free points available to everyone, because we want to get them engaged. We want to get them earning rewards. We want to learn. Right? We've done a couple of projects in the past. We've learned from those projects. We're learning from this one. We'll get it better and we'll improve. And we've got many, many months to do that.
I mean, they got tricked. It's almost like a monkey paw in a sense. Why would you take on such a big project if you didn't feel ready?
Form content on different streaming platforms on Twitch because you're with your communities, but we want you to feel at home here. Trust me, as Jacob was saying, I myself am constantly in discussions with the rest of my colleagues.
There
all
you
the
go,
time,
Skeletal.
how can we improve
Leon,
the
take care.
experience?
Good
How
luck
can we
with
make sure that
midterms.
today's live is good
Yeah,
for
the lead up was
people
mostly
watching?
new
How
Silent
can we
Hill
make sure
thing.
that
So what is it?
tomorrow's
It's a
live is
mystery. Yep.
better?
Also, I have 3 Instagram posts, 70k likes. I've seen
that was a big
personally. I've
change.
said, "Oh, is it out?"
Changing. I
Yeah, a
know
lot of people didn't know it was
we
out.
went,
I had messages
before
on Instagram being like,
discussion
"It's
about
out."
them. Actually, as we were preparing, she was playing them while waiting for. the
I don't
show
know
to
if this
start,
is
actually,
true,
which is kind of
Teeth. This is just
I mean,
an
the
assumption
problem is very
based off
simple.
of their
There's a
track
lot more variety
record.
coming in,
I
and
think
there's
that
lot
they
more
choose a
different
lot
kinds
of young
watching
companies
again,
because there's a
learning,
chance that there might be a
learning,
big
changing.
payoff, that
Over the
maybe
course
they're
of the
super
experience, but
talented.
it's the same
But I
thing
think it's
with
also a
bugs,
lot
right?
cheaper for them.
We're always very buggy at launch.
I don't
We're
know.
very buggy when
That
you
was just an
scale to
assumption. I have no
millions of
clue.
people
Hey, Robin,
inside
hello,
of
my
launch.
dear.
And
Thank
so
you for
we
200
experienced
bits. You're
massive
so
spikes
sweet.
yesterday that up until you get the spike, you don't see where your rate limit is or your bottle.
Yeah,
and then
Candy
you gotta
Quartz,
get it right. And
I'm like,
literally,
I'm still, I don't know. I'll wait until I get to the
experience
end,
is
until
happening
this is
just now.
over,
You're
to
looking
really
at
have
another
like
spike
an
with
opinion. But so
bidding
far, I'm
services. It's like,
demoralized.
okay, we're now rate limited in this thing. Oh, this is the number that we have to change to make it work for
I
tomorrow.
guess
You
this is
won't
the
find these
lead
things
project developer.
up
I don't
until
know
you
who
do it
really.
live and you
I
hit
forget
that
who they
scale.
said
There's
Jacob
very few
was.
products that are hitting the scale.
All of
this
my
week,
dev core
most of
vibes
them
have
had
good
the opportunity
feelings.
to kind of slow burn. And
You should become
we
a
can't
dev.
slow burn the story. If we went and we just like open beta tested the story, we'd burn the entire story by the time we were done with the beta test. So we have to do it live, as it were, and learn live. And there were a whole bunch more bugs tonight with video players not reconnecting and phones getting into spirals, and we'll fix it.
Oh, I'm grateful I didn't have
We're
any
seeing
bugs.
the data, we're seeing the errors. We'll fix it, and it'll be better tomorrow, and better tomorrow, and better
But
the day
if this
after.
is a story-based
That's the way that
narrative
a
and
lot
you're
of
saying
these
that you would
products
quickly
will work,
burn
and
through the
we're actually gonna
story,
get there because
isn't
we want
that a
people to have
problem?
The best experience that they can. Again,
Shouldn't
like
your
the
story be
team's
so
focus is
copious and rich
make
that
a
you
fun
have so
show to
much
watch,
content that you don't know
make a
what to
fun
do with it?
community, have people interact and engage with that community, and we need people to respond back to us in positive ways and assume positive things from us, because there is no conversation happening among these people who have come from Telltale and Ubisoft and Behavior and others.
I swear
in
to
any other
you,
shape or
Jacob,
form
that I'm
with
trying to be
these.
positive.
These are all people who
Okay, so
joined
he is the
this
CEO.
company and work with us as partners
And
because they believe in
I
the mission, they
believe in the
in
people
having a
who are
great
on this team.
experience.
I
They're
believe in
working hard
what
because
he's
they love
saying in
making
that
content
sense.
and nothing
I
else.
don't
And actually, one of the
and
highlights I want to point
I
out is
I
how
don't
global,
think
our development team is. As much as
they're
our audience is at
untalented
home.
people. The story's just
Absolutely. I
weak.
mean, we've got dev teams around the world, right? We have teams working with us, Streamline at Malaysia, our Japan team, Konami, of course, in Japan.
I think this
We have
is
teams in
fantastic.
Montreal.
Everything
We've
he's
got
saying, I
teams on
think
the
that's
West
great.
Coast. We've got people in Europe as well. And so we're there, we're global, we're working incredibly hard. And, you know, we're very sympathetic to a lot of the community requirements and desires and the need to be global. But we ask for patience because nobody's ever done this before, and it's incredibly hard. It is very complex software. We've got a real
I hate to say it, but just because no one's done it before, it
live
doesn't
interactive streams at
give you
scale
a
rates that
pass.
very few companies reach. Yesterday we were #1 free app in the App Store. We beat Roblox in one
That's
day.
a huge
That's,
accomplishment. Congratulations to
again,
them.
like we're not, no one was prepared for that. And when we found out the pre-order
And I believe
numbers,
him.
which were X
I think that
multiples
they
beyond what we were expecting,
probably
we had a
set their
few weeks to scramble
expectations really
together that
low.
most companies take months to a year to prepare for in terms of scale. So a lot of the bidding system errors that people
Some
are
of-
running into, rollbacks,
you know,
purchase errors, everything else.
It depends what
were
you
a
think Team
result of
Silent is.
scale.
Team
As you
Silent
announced
has
tonight,
been
again,
numerous
result of
teams. It
scale.
hasn't always
The
just
app
been one
version's
team.
rolling out in the next
Like,
day
yeah,
or
they
two.
worked on Silent Hill
Some
1,
of them,
but different groups
there's
of
lifetime.
people
There's
worked
one
on them.
other
I
thing that
think
wanted
parts
to
of
go
Team
over is
Silent
the
advised on
endorse streams,
this.
'cause people were pretty surprised by those.
Yeah.
So the endorse streams are the streams that happen most days after the cinematic that you're watching. You saw Carl
I think that a
yesterday.
lot of people
You
think that Team
saw
Silent was
Toby
just
in
like
it
one core
tonight.
group of
You
people, which in
saw
a sense it
at least one or
was.
two
But are you
cameos
talking
that
about Silent
others
Hill 1 Team
sadly didn't
Silent,
make
Silent
it
Hill
because
2,
the
Silent Hill
community
3?
didn't
Like
go
there's so
past
many
that.
different
So let's start with
points.
the kind of goal intent behind the endorse streams, because we didn't talk about these before launch, and they were a surprise yesterday, and they were meant to be.
Okay, it's good that
What
he's
we-
stating that they were meant to
When we
be.
were designing the experience, what was really important to us was people in any time zone can participate in story. And in order to allow people in any time zone to participate in story, we had to make every story segment available asynchronously to make it fair for decisions. And 2, every video on demand available soon after the live stream. And like people were asking whether those branches were real last night or not. They're absolutely real. We have a group of people whose whole job it is to sort through the simulation, get the right recording out there, and post it afterward. That's that's a lot of content. We have one scene in week 4 that has 45 variations. On that one scene, we have 1,000 different ways the simulation can go up.
Yeah, they are. I
It's
forgot
crazy.
about that.
Like, it's all a massive branching narrative. And so we're updating these things in real time. We're changing these things in real time, but we need to make sure that it's fair to the people who are asleep in Europe or in other locations. And so we wanted to do these QuickTime events. We wanted to do these live events, but we kept coming back to, yeah, but if story was decided based off of QuickTime events, it wouldn't be fair for people who weren't there live, because I've been very consistent.
Or what about people
You
who are
don't have to be there
disabled?
live to experience the entire story and decision loop. We're opening up every decision loop. And like, we really did debate this. Like, there were discussions of the QTEs are more fun. We want people to be there live. Therefore, QTE should affect story. And I went, no, we're not going to do that because that's not fair to the others. But we still want to do something as a bonus for people who do show up live, and so we've got these indoor streams, which are basically Dragon's Lair, but played as a community. And so there are a series of rooms. We're planning about 60 different rooms at all that different characters will go through each day, and you'll see different rooms depending on the night. But more importantly, it will
Okay, so
continue
is
if the
what
community
he's
is doing
saying
well. What surprised
is
me the last 2
that-
days was that the community has failed, because I had thought that the community would just crush it every night.
Okay, so he's saying that the QuickTime events only happen if you're watching live. So technically those aren't like canon events.
Meter. And you're not getting past the first block. There are 3 blocks. And so that experience can go on for 15 whole minutes if the community makes it. Now, my concern is that it's not a problem with the community, but rather we're getting rate limited by the sheer number of inputs that are getting in. I think that we weren't seeing the user profiles. You were seeing like generic names showing up during the
Are
meter tonight,
you gonna
which
fix
was again
that?
the case yesterday, and we were looking at the stats live as it was happening. Again, we were just rate limited on the player service, because what's happening is you're seeing hundreds of people.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they have to do what Konami tells them. So if they don't feel ready and Konami's saying you need to launch the product, they have to.
Request to Amazon, and eventually they just stopped taking the request. So I'm concerned that, again, the community failures have been scale problems, which we need to fix, and hopefully the challenges will balance out, and we'll start to see the community pass those indoor streams. But again, they're fun, they're bonuses. They don't change the story decisions that you have every day. The one thing that the indoor streams do change is they have a modest impact to hope, which is a meter
So
that someone today was asking us to explain more about. And we've
I'm not going to talk because I want him to explain what hope is.
hiding a lot of how these meters work, because we want people to discover them over the course of the
So he's
experience,
very
but
intentionally saying like
hope needs to be high
purposefully.
enough later in the story for a character to survive. Right? Fate happens over the course of a series, so it like accumulates and changes. But hope is a thing that we check. Right?
Also, everything
And
I'm saying
at
is
that moment, the
alleged,
hope's
so
not
I
high
don't
enough
I don't
to
know
feel
if like what I
security
said about
regardless of
Konami is true.
you know,
Um,
what else is happening. But the good news is you can change hope just by playing the mindfulness puzzles.
You know,
Right? You don't have to be there for the endurance streams at all. We designed the
it
mindfulness
does.
puzzles.
I mean,
in
I
the
feel
game
bad. I know
library.
they're under a lot of
Representative
pressure.
what characters do as hobbies to regain their hope. And so playing guitar, or playing a pocket watch game, or doing like a scrapbook puzzle, like that was the intent behind a lot of those puzzles. And if the community 3 stars them, the hope meter goes up, so you can fix hope.
Yeah,
just by
that's true,
playing those
Robin.
puzzles each
Oh,
day.
hey, it's good to
At
see
least half of
you.
them are available for free without any season pass. I think if there's any one additional thing to add when it comes to how we're thinking about the overall experience in the indoor streams, is everything is a balance, and we're going to get that balance wrong right now.
Who has ever said
Improve it
QuickTime
and
events are like a
start in the
fun
course of
added
it.
thing you
But
want to do?
what's going to happen very soon is that these episodes that you guys are deciding, again, these are real branches. I think that there was a mistaken understanding.
There are
yesterday
Japanese
that
studios
the
working on
community
Silent
was
Hill.
going to be able to choose
I like the
join or
Western
die.
Silent
That
Hill
wasn't
games
the
a lot,
point
though.
of that choice. That
Shattered
was
by Breezing
Rachel's
Downpour are some of my
choice.
favorite Silent Hill
Not
games.
Joy's choice. It was Rachel's choice, because what you're deciding on is what kind of person does Rachel become, right? And that's the case for all of these choices. It's going to change over time. Who these characters
It's hard
are
for
and
me
what they become,
as
that's the design of the
someone
structure. That's how the
who
simulation
has
changes.
limited
But the
mobility in my
choices that you
hands,
make
not
are
as
gonna be
severe as
what
other people,
results
but I still have
in those
limited mobility in my
episodes that are gonna
hands.
be on
So it's really
PlayStation, the
difficult
other
for me to
streaming
do like
platforms,
click
and
quickly or tap quickly. That's very hard for me to do.
they can
So
never come again, and they will change. And from
not
next
everything's
week,
for me, but it's not super
the
inclusive.
variations in the simulation stop being a 3-choice way, and
I don't know
you're gonna
enough
have 3
about
choices,
Rockstar's
but those
relationships
3
to their
choices are gonna be
fans.
based off of the previous week's 3 choices, and so it's going to be a 9.
Well, I mean, Team
variation
Silent's working on
simulation,
each
so
of the
we get
games.
45 simulations by week 4, and it's going to get.
I
more
am
and more
familiar with
chaotic,
Puppet
and I'm gonna
Combo. I
feel
think I
for
own all of their
cinematics
games.
to produce all this, but you'll see, the alternate branches in the What If run after we run, and to that point, I got asked.
I completely
over
agree.
And over and over in the last
I feel
year,
bad for
why
Genvid.
the
That's
community
all I
kills
feel
everybody?
is I
People
feel
are trolls,
bad.
they're gonna kill the characters. Every choice is redemption. Every choice is. Everyone wants the characters to live. It's exactly as I expected. Exactly as I expected. Please, guys, choose something different. Like, make it more interesting for the rest of the
I
community.
am choosing
The thing
something
that will fix
different.
This is rallies, and again,
I
this is something
am.
that the community doesn't understand yet, based off of
Well,
the way
mobile
in which the
games are a
paladin's
big
working, because the
deal. This
rallies
is
have
a
been
mobile
busted today while we fix the bugs in them.
centered
But the rallies are
thing.
going to allow other choices with very few
So,
influence points to quickly catch up.
you
And
know,
again, like, this is the
justice for
reason
Lisa
that
Garland.
you
Amen.
going buying
You know,
a ton of points isn't going to help, because the whole point of the rally design is to make it fair.
maybe
so that you
this
can
would
start
have
to get
been more of a
bonus
nice
multiples on choices that are way
appetizer
behind.
if
So the way that the rally works is if a choice is way ahead, in middle, and third, the third choice starts to get bonuses applied to it when the rally is turned on for a couple minutes, and the community.
I don't
can
know,
work
maybe if
together.
something else came
But
out
even
with
if somebody,
this,
for some
it'd be more
reason,
palatable.
did this thing, you see somebody with a 1,000,000-point leaderboard, they could be overtaken within minutes. That's the goal of the rally system. It's to make the whole thing fair to people, to make it more exciting, to make it more interesting for people who only generate a couple points a day. We have been all the time talking about how to make these systems fair, how to make them freely available, how to make them easy for people who just log in. And we're not quite there yet, but we're absolutely listening to it, and we're making those changes. We're going to fix the rally system. We're going to get it done.
It feels like they were like, I'm going to try to have the element of surprise with this, but it doesn't
for the audience at home.
feel like
there's a lot
surprise. It
on
just feels
the
like poor
systems that you
planning.
have been
That's how it
aware,
comes off.
We've put into place. There's a lot of systems.
Exactly,
that we're planning
Eudora.
I mean, that we've improved, hopefully already, and that we're planning to improve. I guess if so one of the big things is
Genvid, why not make a game?
From my side is. What would be, Jacob, your message for the fan at home? Somebody who loves horror, who kind of wants to tune
This
into
poor
the
guy,
action,
I feel really
might
bad
be
for
able to tune
him.
in live, might not. What to that fan at home?
I'm gonna
what's
respond to your
that
tweet.
kind of message you want to leave with them?
Come in every day and change the story of Silent Hill. Like this first week of Ascension is building up episode 1. In episode 1, in any horror television show, doesn't start off, with complete chaos. Otherwise, you'd have no climax.
But
right?
is
So if you
this
look at
episode
Stranger
1?
Things, episode 1, you're just getting to know the characters. Like, there's like the Demogorgon dog, but like none of the really scary monsters.
Ooh,
are
don't call
there
it that.
yet. Things haven't gone to hell yet. Things haven't gone to hell yet. They're going to get a lot worse next week. They're going to get really bad by week 4. And stay tuned for week 16, looks like. But like, we're still early. Like, this is a slow burn. That was the whole intent of it.
I mean, I feel bad. He's putting himself on the line, and he's putting his team on the line, and I know that they're being torn into,
If you
but
weren't there that day, it's over. But we're making it so accessible so that if you miss a day or two, you notice today several of those decisions won't close out for another 2 days. They were a 3-day decision, right? You're busy one day, you miss it, you still have the opportunity. Everything
Yeah,
is balanced around fairness. And
I
ask that
agree
you
with what
come in,
he's saying.
Give us a shot. Be open
it's
to the
fair
fact
in a
that you're still
sense.
learning these designs,
It's
that
not
this
fair
kind of media
because
format has never been done
my
before.
decisions are never going to
in
get
history, and
chosen.
we're excited to tell the story that we're telling because we come as storytellers. And we're still a startup, we're still small, we're still new, and we're excited to be doing something new and lead into the great games that are coming next year.
That's
the year
wonderful.
after and the year after and the year after.
Well, and we hope for many more always. But thank
Did
you
he
so
really?
much, Jacob, for your time with us here today. I hope you at home have also enjoyed this. That you've hopefully learned more about Silent Hill Ascension. All that said, I think, how about we close this one down? Jacob, I'm going to do a quick thing where we're going to talk about our next shows, because, again, we mentioned this a bunch. It's every day. So our production team's going to
Did they mention it a bunch?
on screen, but every day, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, there's the show every day. Now, we, myself,
Did they
Owen, as well as
share this before?
some
I
other
just
lovely
don't feel
people,
like they did.
do get to tune in a little earlier on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And this Friday we have, and every Friday, hopefully, we have special interview guests. This one will be with Stephen Bugai, Chief Creative Officer here at Genvid. I think that's it. And we got some mindfulness puzzles to do for you at home. Any last words, Jacob, or are we good?
Genvid is playing any guy I should see
We're
DC
good, guys.
Comics.
Have fun. See you tomorrow.
Perfect.
I could see it
And we're
maybe
listening
working
every
with
day.
Borderlands and DC Comics, because
Take care,
Borderlands
everybody.
has done
Have
the
a
show
wonderful
before.
night wherever you are across the world. Eduardo, Jacob, bye.
Yeah.
It's not the pre-show, it's the post-show. Gord, hello. Yes, this is not a game. It's an interactive live stream. It's over. You can watch the bot, though. Again, the reason that I'm being so, like, specific and anal about, like, this not being a game is because I don't want it to, like, I don't want it to be misconstrued. Because to me, that's almost like saying Silent Hill Arcade was Silent Hill game. I mean, it was. Or, like, the mobile games were. It's like, technically they were, but, like, not really. I'm just so sad. I'm so sad about this. And I know that that makes me seem like a really big baby. But, like, I don't know. I'm simultaneously sad for the dev team who, like, worked on this, because it's like I don't want them completely shat on, because this is hard work. But I don't know. I don't know how to say. This is fun to, like, experience together. That's a big thing. But it just feels like a slap in the face. I just... Yeah, it just feels like a slap in the face. I think that's ultimately what it feels like. And, like, it's just not really a good experience, and that's such a bummer. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is, like, I don't want to, like, lie or not share how I feel, because even though I want to like this, it's still a, like, you should still criticize the things you like. So, you know. Yeah, that bothered me. I mean, that mainly bothered me because it's like, there's no good way to choose another option. And it's like saying, oh, well, choose different options or whatever. It's like, that doesn't really help. That's not, yeah. I don't know, it's really hard for me to, like, fully share, I guess, what I'm immediately thinking. Because it's just, like, hard to digest. And I can't figure out, like, how it could get better. You know? I think the problems are solvable. The post shows are horrific for PR. Yeah, that definitely didn't, like, fill me with joy. This is definitely hard to digest. Thank you. I'm happy that we're all kind of on the same page. I understand what you mean. You can emphasize people on this, but you're not happy with being made out on the same boat. I don't really think there even was too much hype. I mean, maybe they were talking themselves up, but, like, it wasn't necessarily like anyone was like, oh my god, this is so good. Trash and a scam. I don't really know if I can really call it a scam, you know? No one's I mean, am I kind of currently upset that I spent money on it? Yes. Was that my decision? Yes. But, like, it's weird. The thing that frustrated me is that he talked a lot about, like, the things that he's doing for players who have not paid or who are not paying money. Which is good. I want it to be as, like, free and accessible as possible, but, like, what about people who spent money? Thank you. Please save me, Myro. So it's like, what do I get for being a founder? Like, sure, I unlock exclusive stuff, but, like, do I get anything? Comparing it to a Dark Pictures, yeah. I mean, I keep using that analogy because it's like the closest thing that I can do. I guess a Telltale game's tragically more accurate, like they keep saying. They probably are really trying to avoid saying Dark Pictures game. Like they wanted to tell the story moral to torture the characters. Yeah, that, I don't know. Maybe if they like, I don't know if this really makes sense. Maybe if they broke it up into like teams, so you had smaller pools of people voting, so there was more of a chance, that would make sense. But there's too many people like voting. And I don't feel like there's much reward to me potentially putting my points on the line to rally people. I know I'm being like a downer right now and I'm being really frustrated, but I genuinely, yeah, I don't know why it's a battle pass either. And I stickers my pop dev saying go to your winner. I don't know. I wish maybe it was worded somehow else and maybe the rewards were a little bit better. But I don't even think there was anything that I actually liked about the episodes that we just watched. Well, one, what did we even just watch? Compared to the first 3 episodes, I feel like nothing happened, which is fine. Like there's always filler, but just didn't leave me feeling great. Yeah, there were some awkward, I mean, for me, I'm so used to behavior because of Dead by Daylight that it's just like I don't even notice the wonkiness, but thank you. I appreciate the hug. Again, we'll see this through till the end. So you guys know where to find me every 9 p.m. at EST. Because I'd rather share this with you guys. And like, who knows? Like, maybe something that I love will happen. There has to be a silver lining. Like, it can't all be bad. You know, there has to be a silver lining. And even though I was like, didn't feel as positive after yesterday, or I didn't feel like amped after yesterday, I still felt better than I did today about it. That's for sure. Silent Hill is my child. It's true. My other child is laying in his bed, biting Jason Voorhees. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this conversation. I definitely want to keep the conversation going, which you guys are welcome to off stream if you check out my socials, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, YouTube. I create unique content across all platforms. I'm expecting Pyramid Head to show up. I really am. But I'm going to get off for the night because I'm just going to hang out. I'm going to send you guys to go hang out with Busyberry because she looks super cute. She's playing Soma, which is one of my favorite games. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I forget what we're playing. We might be starting Alan Wake 2. Thank you for the bit, Robin. We might be starting Alan Wake 2. So we'll be doing that and then playing Ascension. So come hang out. But in the meantime, thank you for 55 more bits. You're such a sweetheart. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Remember that you are oh so loved. And I will see you all tomorrow. I'm so excited for Alan Wake 2. I'm like amped. Take care of yourselves, guys. See y'all soon.